Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and somehow or another we've only just now really hit winter here in Minnesota. Like, it just snowed yesterday. They're thinking we're gonna get more snow over the weekend. Like, it's really odd. So, in order to get away from the idea that we just hit the spring equinox and it only just now started snowing, I think we need something a little warm. Fortunately, we're doing fire-based signatures right now, and that sounds wonderful to me. So, the only ones left are Dragon Arc and Tracer Barrage. Everything else has been covered in this series, so let's go Dragon Arc. Alright, so Dragon Arc comes in that flavor. The straight line projectile barrage. Now, its base damage is 8, but as you can see, there's a lot of 8s rolling in, so this is something that you can use for a power build. You can use it for a critical build, or do what I'm gonna do and go balanced. There we go, now we're hitting 9s with a good critical hit chance. Looking solid. Alright, so what do we do with the rest of the build? We've got a nice straight line damage dealer. What else do we want to do? Like, another straight line damage dealer would be nice. That's right, buddy. That's right, little bird. Cecil's got the right idea. Unfortunately, I don't think I understand what that idea is. Oh wait, yes I do. Dragon Dive. We're going for a dragon heavy build here today. Alright, then as for our dash, like, admittedly, this is all about the signature, so we want to do what we can to make everything work out, and I think the best thing we can do is, there we go, Frostwing. And as for our basic, there we go. Now, do we focus on critical? Do we focus on damage? Do we focus on something completely different? Like, there's really no wrong answer here. So I think what I'm gonna do is, honestly, we could probably just take the Wanderer's mechanism. See, now we're hitting 11s instead of 8 or 9. That's fantastic. And it gives us a good chance to hit the perfect time crystal as well. So I hope everyone has been having a lovely day so far. My day has been uneventful. Trust me, I've been looking forward to sitting down and playing some Wizard of Legend. Something about this game just makes me feel good, makes me feel comfortable. It's not to say that there aren't other games that I'm enjoying right now, though. Like, the new Contra game is actually good. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little surprised by that. I'm also really liking Spiritfall, really liking Balatro, which I haven't done a lot of on my channel, but I think that's mostly because I already know that Northern Lion is playing it, and I know I'm not going to be able to match his audience size. It'd be pretty fruitless. And also, we're doing piano today, so I guess we don't need to go back in the house. Now, perhaps that's the wrong way of looking at it. Just because a bigger creator than me is doing a similar game doesn't mean that I necessarily need to have to stop playing that game. It just means that I don't really have a lot to compete against him with. But is that the healthiest way of looking at things? Do I really need to worry about competing? Or will things be okay if I just, do something that I like? Hey, piss off. I also haven't put a lot of hours into Balatro. I think I've put in like 16 hours into the game, so I haven't unlocked some of the really strong stuff, and I'm still kind of getting used to how to build decks in that game. But believe me when I say that I'm really enjoying my time with it. Now, let's get back on track here. Dragon Arc. Dragon Arc is a fantastic signature. It's not the most damaging one, but it does do a lot of control since it has a built-in piercing function. This is also one of the few spells where you'll get. Let's see. I do like Tattered Scroll. Consider it done, sir. This is also one of the few spells where if you use it alongside the Ring of Reserves, you actually get 2 extra charges, so you get 2 extra projectiles out of every casting. Well, at least every fully charged casting. But see what I mean? It pierces through enemies along its entire range, so no need to worry about whether or not you're going to have any control when you're using this, because this spell is control in and of itself. Sometimes just a little bit of hit stun is all you really need. Ow. He hit me in the butt with a sword! So you could literally say he tore you a new asshole, huh? Alright, anything good here? Yes, we have a freebie to upgrade our basic as well as our critical hit chance, which is beautiful. We're going to take this. Alright, now let's upgrade Dragon Dive. I kind of don't want anything wind or earth based because I know that Shu is going to resist those. Sure, what the hell. Yeah, this bad boy outputs a lot of damage, and like I said, because of the piercing effect, you get a good amount of control over it too. You're going to be damaging entire rooms of bad guys so long as you aim it right. And, don't get curb stomped by ghouls. That's, of course, step number 2. Don't get curb stomped by ghouls. Shouldn't that be step number 1? Maybe. Yeah, you just get a nice wide storm, just a swath of fiery destruction with this spell. And it works out really nicely. So as you can see, this spell is very strong. Like it's your very first default signature Arcana, and it does so much. And it's very simple too. Like it's really hard to mess up throw the thing at the enemies. Well, at least when throw the thing at the enemies is just a straight line throw. But because it is a straight line spell, it does sometimes take a little bit to maneuver around enemies if they're being particularly dangerous. Oh, no perfect time crystal, but I do see an adorable mimic. So probably not getting a huge amount of damage out of that because I haven't had time to build up a lot of useless relics. Now, Dark Sage, you know that's not a nice thing to say. Everyone has a different feeling on relics. Yeah, that's true, but I mean, let's be fair about this. Not every relic kind of has the same value. Like, you're not taking. Okay, I want these two. Those I'm keeping though. I also don't view a fairy as a relic, so let's get that idea out of our head right now. And for those of you wondering if this is kind of naturally how quickly you build signature with this spell, no, but remember, I do have the Tattered Scroll. Tattered Scroll is upping my signature by about 30%, which is very nice. We got Boyd's, we got upgraded Frostwing. So Binary Splashdown is a great spell. But I am going up against Freya pretty soon, and the kind of idea behind this build is that I want to throw things at people, not necessarily just jump at them. Alright, probably gonna want the tapping gloves, you know, for my own personal use, which means we're not actually feeding a lot to the adorable mimic. Maybe there's something else we want instead. There we go. Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah, we're definitely going to pick something else. Recover slower from attacks. What is this? Increases armor. You know, maybe this is one of the rare times where I don't want anything. That's like, yeah, this is one of those rare times where I don't think I want anything. Well, no, because I should still be able to get something out of it. Even if what I get isn't much, so let's, first of all, look at the map. Nope, no more freebies. Alright. Well, I mean, unless I go around and break every single piece of furniture to see if I can get a freebie. Like, you decide whether or not you think it's worthwhile. I personally say it's not a 0% chance, but it is not likely. It's not like getting coins out of the breakable pieces of furniture, which is definitely far more likely. But getting more relics is kinda rare. Why I'm generally surprised when it happens. I just get a light up, it's like, ooh, a freebie! Dopamine hit! So, Dark Sage, why are you going around hitting all the furniture? I'm stubbornness. I said something about it, and then I'm just like, okay, you know what? Let's just go do it and see what happens. I'm not exactly going for a world record time or anything. Alright, so let's start dropping the things we want to hold on to. We want that. We want that. We want that. That can go. We want that. We want that. So we're only giving the adorable mimic one thing. Which is kind of why I'm thinking, is there a better time to pick this up? Yes, but will it even show up later? Not incredibly likely, so we're just going to do it. This is one of those things where, yes, I would rather it show up later when I've got more things to throw away, but here's the thing. I don't have a lot of stuff I want to throw away. I like everything I have, so screw it. That's what we got. Hello, Zeal. Which sounds incredibly familiar. If those, my 90s kids, you know what I'm talking about, right? If not, let me spell it out for you. Hello, nurse. But she's not a nurse. That's exactly the point. Nope, not changing to a different dash. I like this dash. Alright, so now what are we looking for this run? Well, I mean, we've got something here that might help. Let's have a look, see if there's anything here. Kind of. Wind Sentry might help, but so would Frozen Bait. Even though Frozen Bait won't do good here, it will do me plenty of good in the next stage. Actually, that's a lie, just because it won't hit super hard against this particular set of mobs doesn't mean it won't do good. So yeah, I think Frozen Bait is what we go for. Also, didn't I have Frozen Bait on the last run? I don't 100% remember, but I'm pretty sure we had it on the last run. You, go away. So you've pretty much already seen what Dragon Arc is good at, but it very much excels in its role. Like, especially if you have something that ups your signature charge rate, like, you're pretty much set. Because what's going to happen is you'll stun yourself with a nitroglycerin barrel, but then you'll throw the Dragon Arc into a room. It'll do a bunch of damage to the enemies, and then you'll probably get a signature cast of that exact same spell. That is, of course, the ideal situation, but even if you don't get a signature charge, you have now softened those enemies up so much. I really just can't say enough good things about Dragon Arc. And I would like to point out this is coming from the guy who already said I couldn't say enough good things about Flame Cleaver. There's nothing here I really want, so, I won't. What I will do is we're gonna grab this and see if our boy Nocturne is gonna give us anything particularly juicy. Alright, so... Actually, there's a couple things here I like. We're gonna start by taking the Ignition Drive. Then we'll grab Frost Fan. Alright. All set and ready to go. God damn it, go away. I thought you were done. Alright, we're gonna be a teddy bear for a while. At least until I find other relics that I like, but not against being a teddy bear. Aren't I adorable? Look at those little plush cheeks. Don't you just want to squeeze them? Yeah. Ooh, what do we have here? Okay, I'm just gonna say the best thing I can probably pick up is either the Mercenary's Dagger or the Anchor. It depends on what your feelings are on losing some movement speed. Personally, I think I'm okay with that. Got 1, 2, 3, because that's gonna be a huge bonus to damage and stun time. Yeah, damage and stuns are increased. But I lose some movement speed. Honestly, the stun is good for higher level bosses so that they'll stay stunned longer. Again, not bad spells there, just nothing I really necessarily want right now. Plus, I've pretty much got my build set, so. See? Looking good, isn't it? Oh, and there is... there's our boy whose name I can't remember at the moment. Hold on. Having memory problems. Anders. God, I feel so old. I can't remember things half the time. It's embarrassing. And again, maybe it's not really my problem. And again, maybe it is. What do we want here? I say we want that. Mostly because I'd like to run the possibility of Hunter's Stiletto. And we're gonna do one more battle room just so we go to the next floor with more money. Unless there's 2 battle rooms, in which case we do both of them. You and your shield are gonna have to take a one-way trip to down south. 2 down south, perfect. I know language, I really do. Oh, where did all these combat rooms come from? I thought we were done with this. Alright, so we're coming over here to use the portal, and it just so happens that's where the boss room is too, so screw it. Also, do I want Vampire's Eyeglasses? Kinda thinking I don't really need it, but at the same time it does synergize well with my build. But would it synergize... does it synergize better than that? I don't know, I'm just looking at it a second time and thinking, okay, maybe you just go with the easy win. Alright, looking good. Let's head on out. Ooh, that was a smackdown. Even with an off element. Well, off element for my signature. My basic was exactly what I needed. So I like the Lotus Frost Stone, but I kinda don't need it. I've already got a good defensive relic in the Vampire's Eyeglasses, so yeah. I think we're set there unless I see some reason to But I think we're pretty much set for this run, I think. Here, just doing quick little taps of my basic should allow the tapping gloves to kick in. So I would not mind one of those little symbols for the relic to let me know. But yeah, all you have to do is follow up a basic with something else, and it should work. Also, yes, you can turn and change your fire mid-casting. Hey, 2 more spells I'm going to be talking about eventually on this series. I probably didn't need to worry about critical hits on the little bots, but oh well. See the way they look at you sometimes? They had it coming. Oh, it's Taffy. Inferno Cannon. I like it, but again, it's not quite for this run. I am perfectly happy with what I have for this run. Alright, come on, Grand Summoner, let's do this. It worked out so nicely. One more floor, one more boss, and then Sura himself. Probably won't be any harder than anything else, but, you know, gotta mention it. Again, things that I like, but nothing that I'm going to take because I have my build pretty much set. Look at all those juicy criticals. Tapping Gloves, you are my well, not my favorite, but you're good. Hey, Ion Spike. There's a spell. It's a spell. It's one of the spells of all time. Okay, so I definitely want that fiery paintbrush, but I have to drop something in exchange for it. Unfortunately, there are no really good options. Honestly, you know what? I probably have a good enough relic spread that I don't need to worry about it. Oh, lovely. How do you like your dead ends, sir? With sugar and cream. Okay, we definitely upgrade our robe. Okay, so where exactly is the boss room? Oh, I think I just found it. Hey, Darkseid, is it possibly that big, giant open space that you ignored earlier? Ah, shut up. Okay. Geez, where were these freebies earlier when I was trying to power up the adorable mimic? Not that I'm in dire straits or anything, trust me, I'm not. Oops. Oh, I got him with the burn. Nice. And in the end, we ended up not needing frozen bait, but how are you supposed to know that when you first start a run? How are you still alive? Alright, what a beautiful run this has been. Like, look back on it and just figure to yourself how many times were we in peril throughout this entire run? The answer is none. There was never a time where I said, I'm not in control, I need to retreat. Owie. I mean, that kinda did what I wanted it to do? Ow. And there we go. Alright, so now you know all about Dragon Arc. There wasn't much to learn to begin with. It's a very simple spell. But again, I feel its simplicity is exactly what makes it so strong. You don't have to necessarily go about any special way of aiming it. You don't have to, throw it and then like change your position to something wild. No, it's as simple as fire and forget. And you know what? That's wonderful. Fire and forget is a great thing to have on some spells. And so with that, we come to the end of this particular video. And obviously, Tracer Barrage is up next, and... Ooh, Tracer Barrage. I have a lot to say about that spell, but... For right now, I will say thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate you coming and spending your free time here with me today. I hope you have a fantastic day or night wherever you may happen to be. And I'll catch you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and you take care, everybody.